Hi everyone, welcome to today's presentation. I am your State Assessment Coordinator, and today you are going to be learning about the steps, the procedures, and the resources to help you get your first attempt approval at taking your certification exams. As you can see, there's my name. I am your State Assessment Coordinator, Lily Perello-Depaz. That is my UHCL.edu email, but also underneath that is my title, and you will also see the state assessments at UHCL.edu email. That is the email that I want you to use anytime you are sending me documentations, anything related to your exams, whether it's a practice score report or an actual finalized report of your Texas exams. The following slide shows 5 important links that you need to get familiar with, and you will be touching base on throughout this class for your TCED 4100, 4102, as well as throughout your timeline as you are completing your exams. The first one is the UHCL State Assessments for Educator Certification email website. That is the actual website for the university where you can find our resources. I have updates on the exams, updates on workshops, procedures for what to follow when you are actually taking your exam, the exam policies, and as well as other resources that you can use to help prep for your exams. The second important link is the Pearson Testing Resource website. The Pearson Testing Resource website, also known as the texas.nesync.com website, that is the official website that you will be logging into, creating an account, and registering for your exams when it comes time for you to have that approval. The third one is your TAL or your TEAL link. That is very important for you to do if you can create it as of now. This is where you create your unique Texas Educator Agency ID login number, and it follows you throughout your entire career in education. So if you are already in the classroom as a para, as an instructional aide, you may already have one created. But if not, you do need to create this during your time in the classroom so that we can get you identified in the system as a future educator for our state. In addition to that, we have the TEA Help Desk. That is a very important link for you to know as well, because again, anytime you have any questions in regarding to an exam or cancellations or just in general, maybe you get locked out of your TEA login account, this would be a great resource for you to go ahead and log on to, request a ticket, and they will reach out to you and try to help if possible. Then lastly is your TEA certification for Texas Educators website. This is where our state updates all the educational resources like the STAR released exams, the practice exams with answers and rationales, any updates that we have to the TEKS in the classroom as well, or legal changes. This is the last and final important link that I recommend that you get to visit as well. On this slide, you will see some common terms. The first one is the EPP, the Educator Preparation Program, which is one that we have here in the University of Houston Clear Lake. That is how we are granted permission to have students like yourself, give them permission to go through our program and get certified under our supervision in the state of Texas. The next one is the practice exams. These are a set of practice exams that you will be completing throughout your certification time period here at the university. You have to have practice exams taken in order to get approval for the real exams. And you will be taking a practice exam for each content or area that you are getting certified in. A PSP is a personal study plan. You will go a little bit more in depth in this in the classroom because it is part of a project that you complete in this TCED 4100 and 4102 course. But you also submit it to the State Assessments Coordinator because it's a part of documentation and it's a second, third step of how I grant you approval for your exams. The next one is SBEC. This is the State Board for Educator Certification. This is also a very common term, but also a website that stores and houses your actual certification records. So when you graduate and you start applying to schools for positions, this is where principals, assistant principals can log in and see your information, what exams you have passed. That way they can place you in the correct classroom for that job. The following common terms are acronyms, but the first one is the STR, Science of Teaching Reading, number 293. That is an actual exam that you will be taking, depending on your degree plan if it's listed. The next one is TEP. That is the Teacher Education Program at the University of Houston, Clear Lake. Again, this is the program that is under our EPP program that allows you to apply, and if you are accepted, that is the first process that we start with in order to get you started on your certification exams. The next common term is TEA, Texas Education Agency. That is a term that you're going to hear throughout your entire career as an educator because, again, the bylaws and any standards that are set through the state come through TEA. They are typically your employers as well. They have to do with your retirement funds and your savings and whatnot. But again, this is very important for you to know. Anything related to the TEKS, the standards, will directly come from TEA as well. And then lastly, that funky little acronym Texas with the lowercase x, that stands for Texas Examinations of Educator Standards. Anytime you see that acronym, it is referring to the exams that you are going to be taking. So what are the Texas exams? Your exams are a comprehensive set of exams that require every person, whether they're seeking educator certification, they have to take and they have to pass. By passing these exams, you are ensuring that as an educator, you have that prerequisite content and you are professionally knowledgeable to enter into an entry-level position in Texas public schools. Depending on your degree plan, some of you must pass at least 2 or more Texas exams in addition to successfully completing your required coursework. That is how you become certified as a teacher through our program at the University of Houston, Clear Lake. So to give you an example, one of the exams that you will take is the content area, what you teach. And then the second might be, or third or fourth, might be the pedagogy and professional responsibilities. That's your PPR exam. That is how you are teaching in the classroom. TCED 4100 and 4102 are courses specifically designed to support you in that area for PPR. So keep that in mind. That should be one of the exams you take as soon as you finish this course. But how do you know what exams to take? Well, number one, while you're enrolled in the University of Houston in our educator preparation program, you do have to apply to the TEP program, Teaching Educator Program. But again, you are only allowed to take those exams that are listed on your degree plan. And if you see on here specifically, some of you have already met with your advisors, you have this created, you may have a copy of it, but your degree plan specifically states what you will be assessed on and what you're responsible for passing when you complete this. If you are interested in adding additional exams, remember you have to first complete this degree plan and graduate. Once you're graduating and you already have your Texas Classroom Teaching Certificate and your bachelor's degree, then you can go on and add additional supplemental exams if you want, like ESL or bilingual or special ed or so forth and so on, but you have to complete what's on your degree plan first. So if you take a closer look at this degree plan, this is a degree plan for someone who is doing core subjects, easy through 12, early childhood. They are responsible, right here it tells you state assessments, exams, they are responsible for taking the core subjects, easy through 6, 391, that's one exam. Science of Teaching Reading, 293, second exam. And then the Pedagogy and Professional Responsibilities, which is early childhood through 12, number 160. So in this degree plan, this student would be responsible for 3 exams to present and pass. You are only allowed to take the certification exams that are listed on your degree plan. So that means I can only grant you permission to be assessed in what is listed on your degree plan. Another assignment that you will be completing in this classroom and sharing with State Assessments Coordinator as well is your acknowledgement form. This is a form that you complete in this course where you are selecting the exams that you are going to be responsible for. So for instance, everyone will be checking off the PPR because you all take the PPR. What's going to vary is the content that you are pursuing in that degree, and if you have additional supplemental exams as well. Okay, and there's my email if you need that. You submit this form as soon as your professor has told you it's uploaded on Blackboard, and you're good to go. The next couple of slides are going to focus on the certification areas that are available through our university. And as you can see, there's a variety of certification areas that are available. Most of you have already chosen your area of certification, but if you're having any questions or concerns or wanting to change your degree plan, that is a question for you to ask your advisor, your College of Education advisor. Some of you may be shared students as well. If you're pursuing a degree in social studies or in PE, you may be a shared student through the College of Education, but also the Health and Human Sciences College as well, or Humanities. So you have a specific advisor you go to, but when it's related to your education program, you need to reach out to the College of Ed advisors. And here's a direct link that you could click on that takes you to that state assessment's website to give you more clarification on those certification areas. This slide shows you specifically the exams that you will be responsible for taking. So for instance, if you are an EC through 6 candidate, you're in TCED 4100, you are taking the core subjects exam 391. So that means all of us that have EC through 6 on our degree plan will be taking the 391. That exam itself has 5 parts to it. You all will be assessed with ELAR, math, social studies, science, fine arts. You all will take the PPR as well, and the science of teaching. So all of you will take 3 exams. But where it varies is if you have a specific concentration. If you are bilingual, you will take the 3 exams very similar to everybody else, but in addition to that, you will have the BTLPT 190, which is a oral language proficiency exam where you are assessed in your writing, your speaking, and your listening in Spanish, and then the 164 bilingual supplement. So you have 5 exams that you're assessed in. If you are EC through 6 ESL concentration, you take the same 3 exams, but your supplemental is your 154, which is your ESL. And then lastly, if you're SPED, again, you take the same 3 exams, but you also take that supplemental, which is the special education EC through 12. If you fall under the 4 through 8 candidates, you're either in TCED 4100 or 4102. The difference is, again, the exams that you are responsible for taking. If you are subjects 4 through 8 core, 4 through 8 ESL concentration, you will be taking the core subjects 4 through 8, number 211. This exam has 4 parts to it. You are assessed in ELAR, in math, in social studies, and science. You will also take the PPR because everyone takes that, and then you will take the STR. So right here, you all have 3 exams to take. The extra one would be the ESL, which is the supplemental, if that is the concentration you're choosing. If you are 4 through 8 content, that means everyone's going to be taking the PPR as well. But what's different is that second exam you're taking is that content area, whether you're ELAR in social studies, math 4 through 8, science, or social studies 4 through 8. So it varies again on your degree plan. And where do you find out where you can look for your certification exams that you're required to take? On your degree plan. If you are my secondary students, you are under the 7 through 12 or EC through 12 candidates, and you are taking TCED 4102. If you look specifically at this slide, you will see that you are art, if you are taking art or physical education, everyone is taking PPR across. Same with the secondary. You are then taking that second exam, which is your content area. So my E7 through 12 secondary students are only responsible for taking 2 exams. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but you guys have a lot more to cover, specifically the secondary level. Those are at least 5 grade levels of content, different timelines that you're going to be assessed on. So it is very crucial for you to map out a timeline so that all these exams are passed before you start your internship too.